Welcome all for the happy learning in data structures and algorithm, and today we are continuing with the fourth module. Under fourth module we are discussing the second session, which is about queue operations and implementation. Basically we have two operations in queue. One is insert, which is termed as enqueue operation, and the other one is deleting operation, which is named as dequeue operation. And we have two ends in the queue as we have discussed in the last session. One is front end and the other one is rear end. And we will be performing the enqueue operation, that is insertion will be done at the rear end, and whereas the deletion operation, that is dequeue operation, will be performed at the front end. These are the steps for performing the insertion and deletion. To insert an element, we are supposed to first create a node which is going to receive the element that we are going to insert. Then we will be incrementing the pointer which is at the rear end. So to insert an element, we are supposed to consider the rear end, and we will be storing the inserted element in the rear end by incrementing our rear end. Whereas the deletion will be performed at the front end. So after performing the deletion element, to perform the deletion element, we will be incrementing our front end. So this is an example where both the insertion operation and deletion operation is done. See, we have 5 elements in the queue, that is 2, minus 2, 22, 77, 3 and 4. Suppose if I want to insert an element 5 in the queue, what I am supposed to do? First, my front end and rear end will be at the same position initially. So, initially my front end and rear end will be at the same position. Once I start inserting an element, that is when I start inserting minus 2, I will be incrementing my rear end. So, my rear end will be at minus 2 and my front end will be at the first position. So, after inserting my element, that is minus 2, I will be incrementing my rear end. So from the first position, my rear end gets incremented to the second position. So I start inserting the second element, that is 22. So I have minus 2 and 22 in my queue, and my front end will be at the first element and my rear end will be at the second element, that is 22. So when I want to insert the next element, that is 77, I will be incrementing my rear end. So my rear end will be incremented by 1. So it comes to the third position, and I will be inserting the element 77 at the third position. Okay, now my front end will be at the first position and the rear end will be at the third position. So after that, I am supposed to insert 3 by incrementing the rear end. So I will be incrementing my rear end and I will be inserting the element 3 over there. This is how I will be inserting my element one by one using the rear end by incrementing my rear end by 1 every time when I need to insert an element. This is how insertion operation is performed in the queue. And when I want to delete an element, as it follows FIFO order, that is first in first out, the first inserted element will be deleted first. So my front end will be at the first position, whereas the first position will be holding my first element. In this example, it is minus 2. So when I perform dequeue operation, that is deletion operation, I will be deleting the first element, that is minus 2. So once minus 2 is deleted, I will be incrementing my front end to perform the dequeue operation. So when I increment my front end, it will be incremented to the second position where I have 22. So when I perform dequeue operation, 22 will be deleted and my front end will be incremented. So it will be incremented to the third position. So it goes to 77 and I delete the third element in the queue. So this is how deletion operation is performed. I keep on incrementing my front end to perform deletion operation, that is to perform dequeue operation, whereas I insert an element using the rear end. So when I need to insert an element, I will be incrementing my rear end by 1 and I will be inserting the element. This is what the operations we have in a queue. Okay, similar to the implementation of stack, even the queue can be implemented in two ways, either using array concept or a linked list. When we implement using array, the size of the array has to be defined priorly. Again, we have the same limitations and same advantages of array implementation or array with the array implementation. That's why we are going with the linked list implementation. We'll see what is the problem we have, what is the limitation we have in the array implementation of queue. The first and the foremost limitation we have in array implementation of queue is that is we have a fixed size of array here. So when I want to declare, when I want to use an array concept in the queue, my array size has to be predefined, it has to be declared. While doing this, what is the limitation I have? It may result into the wastage of memory. Since I declare the array size and if I am not going to use the declared array, then the remaining elements, remaining memory will be wasted. And the insertion operation and deletion will be done in the same manner using the front end and the rear end. I will be inserting my element using the rear end and I will be deleting the element using the front end, and I will be incrementing to perform the enqueue operation or a dequeue operation. Same thing for insert operation, I will be incrementing my rear end by 1 and I will be adding the new element to the queue at the end of the queue. Whereas in the deletion operation, I will be incrementing my front end by 1 and I will be removing an element from the queue. This is how deletion operation is performed. Now we'll see whether the queue is empty or not. Okay, when I want to perform an insertion or deletion, I am supposed to find whether the queue is empty or what. So the routine to do that is int is empty. Int is of the data type integer, and the function what we are performing is checking whether it is empty or what, and we are performing that in the queue of queue. Since it is a array, we have declared the array size over there, and we have two ends here. To initialize that, we have used int front end and int rear. Okay, now if front is equal to rear plus 1, return 1. What it states here is, initially the front end and rear end will be at the same position. When I want to insert an element, the rear end has to be incremented. Okay, so my front end will be equal to the rear plus 1. Okay, initially my front end and rear end will be at the same position. When an element is incremented, my rear end will be incremented by 1. So if this is the case, it will be returning 1. Okay, it will be returning 1 or it will be returning 0. If it is not equal, if front end is not equal to rear plus 1, then it will be returning 0. This is the routine to check whether the queue is empty or what. We will see this example. See, we have a queue with 6 elements over here. So your front end will be at the first position, that is at 5, and your rear end will be at the last inserted element, that is 47 is the last inserted element. So your rear end will be there. Now it will be checking whether your front end is equal to rear plus 1. Okay, no, it is not rear plus 1. It is actually it is rear plus 5. It has been 5 element has been added to that. So it will be returning 0. So when it returns 0, it implies it is not the last element in the queue. Okay, now we are checking whether the queue was full or not. So the previous operation was has been checked to insert an element. Here to delete an element, there should be at least one element in the queue. So we are checking for that condition to check whether the queue is full or what. Okay, the function what we use here is checking whether it is full or what. So it is given as int is full, and we are performing this operation in the queue, and we are using since it is insertion is performed here, we are using rear end and the maximum element. So if your rear is equal to max element minus 1, it will be returning 1 or it will be returning 0. What it means here, rear is max element minus 1, so maximum element is 8 Since it has been array implementation, so it should be n minus 1. So maximum element is 8. So n minus 1 will be your last element. Okay, so that is what, if it is last element, then it specifies that your queue is full. So to check that, we are using the condition if rear is equal to max element minus 1, which denotes that it is at the last position in the queue, then it will be returning 1, else it will be returning 0. This is what the condition to check. This is what the routine we have to check whether the queue is full or not. Okay, see the example has been given. We have 6 elements over here. Okay, so when will it return 0 and when will it return 1? When it is at the 8th position. Only when it is at the 8th position, it satisfies this condition. Rear is equal to max of element minus 1. So your rear end will be max of element minus 1 only when it is at the last position. So when your rear end is at 8, it will be returning 1. Otherwise, in the first case, your rear end is not equal to max minus 1. It is max minus 4. So at this case, it will be returning 0. Now, this is the most important function in a queue, to insert an element in a queue. Okay, how do we insert an element in a queue? We will be using rear end to insert an element. So to insert an element, we are checking the condition whether there is an availability of space to insert an element. So the first condition will be, we will be checking whether the queue is full or what. That is why we are checking, what is the operation we are going to perform? We are going to perform enqueue operation. That is why it has been stated void enqueue, and we are going to perform this operation in the queue, and the element to be inserted is of x. What is x here? The element to be inserted, and we are first checking the condition whether it is full. If it is full, then you will not be able to insert an element, so you get an error message. Otherwise, you will be incrementing your rear end and you will be placing your element over there. That is why q plus plus rear end is equal to x. X is nothing but the element what you are going to insert. Okay, the example here, we have the rear end as 47. Now first we are checking whether the queue is full. Obviously queue is not full since it is not at the last position. So you have a space to insert an element. So what you do, your rear end is at the 6th position. Now you will be incrementing that to the next. That is, it will be incremented from 5 to 6. So you will be inserting the element, the new element 52 into the queue. This is all about the insertion operation. Now we'll see the deletion operation. First, to delete an element, we will be checking whether there is an availability of an element in the queue. So what is the operation we perform here? DQ operation is the operation performed. We are going to do that in the queue, and we are going to use the front end to delete. As we know that deletion is performed at the front end, so we will be deleting the element in the front end. So first you are checking the condition whether it is empty. If it is empty, it will be returning the error function. Otherwise, what you do is front plus plus. So when you increment a front end, the element in the end will be deleted. So this here is an example for a delete operation. So you have here, since it follows FIFO, the first element will be deleted first. So 5 was the first inserted element. So 5 will be deleted and your front end will be incremented. So from 0 it will be incremented to 1. So when you again perform DQ operation, 10 will be deleted and your front end will be incremented to 2. This is how an deletion is done. This is all related to the array implementation of a queue. Now we'll see the linked list implementation of a queue. Even here we have insertion operation and deletion operation. In insertion operation, you will be reserving the memory space and you will be storing the data in the space what you have created, and you will be linking since it is of linked list concept, you are in need of linking the address of that particular element with the address of the next element using the pointer concept, and you will be updating the rear end, updating your rear end by whenever you go with the insertion operation. Whenever you perform NQ operation, your rear end will be incremented. And deletion operation, you are checking, first you will be checking whether the queue is empty. If it is empty, you cannot perform a delete operation. If it is not empty, what you are going to do is, you will be deleting the element in the front end and you will be incrementing your front end. That is, you will be updating your pointer of your front end, and the data what is written deleted will be, the memory allocated for that will be reallocated. To implement that through the linked list concept, we use a structure to define it. So struct node, element type, and the element and the position of the next. See, here is a queue where we have front end and the rear end. The first element will be specifying the address of the next element. So we have 10 here, and the address of the next element 15 is specified there. So 15 is having the address of the next element, that is 22, that is 1008, 10,008, and 22 will be holding the address of the next element, that is 50. Okay, this is how we implement queue using linked list. Okay, for that we are first checking whether the queue is empty or what. To check that, if queue of next is equal to null, it specifies your queue is empty. It will be returning 1 or it will be returning 0. Next is the most important function of a queue. Here we are going to insert an element in a queue. To insert an element, we are supposed to know under which, where, what position of in the queue to be inserted. The element where it has to be inserted, we specify that in the position. Okay, so first we declare the position p is equal to q. Then first you store the data in a temporary variable, so position of temp, and we allocate a memory using a malloc function and size of struct node. And the inserted element, the element which is supposed to be inserted, you store that in the temp of element is equal to x, while p of next is not equal to null. What we do, it specifies that it is not the last node in the element, so you are going to place the data over that and you are going to generate a link. You are going to break the link which is existing already, and you are going to create a new link with the newly created node temp. So temp of next will be the previous of next, and now by giving this p of next is equal to temp, by giving this you will be able to regenerate the link back. See, here is an example for inserting element in a queue. We have 10, 15, 25, 30, 35 and 35, and I am supposed to insert 40. Now what I do, I create a temporary variable to hold the data 40 and I generate a new link, that is 35 of next will be null previously before inserting, and after inserting 35 of next null will be converted into 35 of next address of 40. So address of 40 will be the 35 of next. Clear? This is how insertion operation is done in the queue. Now we'll see how dequeue operation, that is how deletion operation is performed. To delete an operation, first we will be checking whether the queue is having an element or what. If the queue is empty, then it will be giving you the error message. So void dequeue, then in the queue we are going to perform this, and the position, the data to be deleted will be in the temp, and if it is empty, it will be returning the, if your queue is empty, it will be returning the error message as empty queue. Otherwise your temp of queue will be next. So in the temp is the field where it is holding the data element to be deleted. So as soon as it is deleted, you will be incrementing that. So it will be queue of next will be temp of next. Then you will be, so while doing so, you will be regenerating the link. That is, you will be creating you will be deleting the previous link and you will be creating a new link, and your temp, and you will be freeing the space allocated that has been allocated to the temporary variable. See, here is an example. So we have 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, and when we want to delete queue, I say when we want to delete 10, I store that element in the temporary variable. So I am going to regenerate the link again from the starting of queue, from queue to temp of next will be the new node. So after that, when I create a new node, I will be freeing the space allocated for temp. This is all about operations in queue and implementation of queue. Thank you all.